guys, it is Tristan with NewsStand, and we got word early this morning that the comic book union had been accepted at Image Comics. Now, we're going to go over what all of that means, and I meant to have this video out earlier. I totally fell asleep, and I am a mess, so I apologize if I get a little rambly. But let's talk about what all of this means. Now, this is obviously just for Image Comics. I am curious to see if this eventually spreads or if this is shut down. Right now, it goes to the lawyers, from my understanding, and they will go upon terms. Some things will be accepted, some things will be rejected. I have an idea of what will be rejected, but this is just the beginning. And the funny thing about this is, as of right now, there are only 9 people that have voted. That doesn't mean those 9 people should not receive fair benefits and pay and everything else for their work. But we're not talking about a large group of people. And when it comes to unions, mind you, I am, for the most part, pro-union. I think that usually we think historically and typically of a larger group of people. Something like this could have been resolved previously, but I do understand the need for it. Now, there was initially some drama with my channel, according to this, and they did take my name off of the website, so it's water under the bridge as far as I am concerned, simply because I don't think it was the fault of the union. I have had multiple times on this channel weird stalker issues or weird people emailing me and leaving some snide remarks so I don't necessarily think it was the union. I think somebody was trolling me. So water under the bridge. But with that being said, does this make sense for this amount of people to form a union? Could there been a better situation or way to solve this? And how exactly is the company going to go on from here? All of these things, I think, are still up for debate, still up for question. But we did, oddly enough, have 2 very recent, in the last 48 hours, things come out about this. First off, Jeff Lemire, I'm so sad, by the way, I'm so sad. Jeff Lemire has an exclusive now at Image Comics, with a few exceptions. He does get to finish Black Hammer over at Dark Horse, which is fine, but he is no longer going to be working at DC. And some of his work there has been phenomenal. Green Hell is amazing. His Robin and Batman is amazing. So I am sad to see him go. But honestly, Image is very, very close to being just as much my favorite as DC Comics is. Very, very close. But not only that, but we also had Jim Valentino, supposedly. Now, this is coming from a rumor that is basically being kind of pushed by Twitter, I guess, or at least people on that platform, that Jim Valentino removed the 12 people that were voting in this union, that had formed this union from Hellcop number 3. Now, I picked up Hellcop number 1. Wasn't for me. I'm not going to read it. No, definitely not my cup of tea, but I can understand there is a market for it. So he removed it. Jim Valentino has a lot of pull. And honestly, he's going to be okay. He could have been doing this for spite. Sure, yeah. You also have to look at it in a weird way. Could he have been doing this because these people are being replaced? Now, I don't know that that is even in the cards, but it is only 12 people, and they are office staff, editorial people, and that go in between, say James Tinian is doing the new Department of Truth and they need a shop exclusive and so wants a shop exclusive. Now, those have changed as of recently, the shop exclusives, but just for this situation, one of those people at Image will be the go-between, right? I do believe they're not doing a whole lot of reorder or second prints, and they're not doing near as many shop exclusives unless they are a number 1. But I digress. That has nothing to do with this. When it comes to this situation, I think it was a little petty, to be honest with you. It's a little silly. And it's also kind of one of those things where you're like, is it petty or is it based? Like, is he doing it on purpose or is he doing it because these people will no longer be employed? Now, I don't think that is the case whatsoever. I don't. But in this situation, you have to realize 12 is not a huge amount of people. They could be replaced. So I really hope for their sake that they are not. But I also hope when they do negotiations for what the union wants, and it'll go back and forth a little bit between the lawyers, that they hammer out real issues. I am not talking about issues like, well, we can decide if this person is racist or not. That is not up for, unfortunately, the people to decide. And the reason I say unfortunately is because there is no clear rules. There is no clear rules anymore when it comes to that thing. Sometimes it is a lot about control. Sometimes it is about, I don't like you. And sometimes it is real. But so many times, the boy cried wolf. We don't know which one is which. And it would take another set of employees to actually determine that. And then it could also be a very vengeful thing. Well, guess what? John Smith is going to print a book. I heard he just got a book. You know what? Go make an accusation. Guess what? John Smith's book's gone. So that's where I see the control issue coming in. Now, I don't think there is a chance in hell that will make it through the lawyers. What I do think should make it through the lawyers, what I do think is fair, is having fair pay, having improved staff morale through annual staff and management reviews, through the creation of a more transparent company, having increased knowledge and retention through implementation of detailed record keeping and procedural documentation. Those things are what you should be talking about, not whether or not somebody was canceled, so can we print them? And I do believe a lot of this really did start with Warren Ellis, and Warren Ellis has a long history of being a creep, having issues with Jack Kirby, some of the other things. But Warren Ellis didn't necessarily create that persona by himself, right? He was with a lot of women, and you know what? I digress. That's not important. What is important is that the Image Credit Union, the Image Comic Book Workers Union is now approved. And now we have to wait and see what type of negotiations they go through and if they are being sincere or disingenuous within those negotiations. Are they pushing for fair pay? Are they pushing for control? It really will show the transparency through these people and what they actually wish to have. And honestly, I see it. I hope I see it going a good way. I do. I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes humanity surprises me all the time, whether it is ignorance or whether it is tribalism. It always never ceases to amaze me how stupid people can be sometimes, right? Anyways, I thought this was pretty interesting. I am a little disappointed that Jeff Lemire went exclusive. I get it, Jeff Lemire. I get it. But come on. We need some more. We need you to go on Batman. We need you to start writing these characters. Yeah, all right. Well, doesn't mean I won't be buying his books at Image. And I think everyone pretty much that is at Image right now, if you think about who's printing there, is safe. They're fine. And I have seen a lot when it kind of both sides of it, and I get it that this either A stands for what Image initially stand for or flies in the face of it. And I see it kind of both ways because it depends on how this contract negotiation goes. It goes for everything Image stand for as far as fair rights for artists and everything else, but this doesn't include artists and writers. This includes that staff. It goes against it if they start trying to control who and who cannot be published. And if they start doing that, not only will they quickly lose a lot of their audience, they will likely quickly implode. But I don't see it going that far. Todd McFarlane's not going to let anything happen. Come on now. Let's be real. Anyways, let me know, of course, what you guys think. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.